Hello traders, welcome to the Upper Hand Trader channel here. David speaking. Let's take a quick look on stocks. Since we last spoke, the potential setups we discussed didn't really trigger, nothing really happened. Price just kept on going the direction it was going and did not stop moving towards the monthly stochastics, which is very low on most stocks. Weekly still kept on gaining some momentum on a lot of the stocks, but let's start here with the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq didn't really gain a lot of momentum as compared to others like the Dow or the DAX or the FTSE as well in the UK. The S&P, even the S&P, Nasdaq is the one who has gotten the least amount of a bullish recovery. So it's a sign of weakness, if you ask me. With the monthly where it is, the weekly showing some momentum gain here on stochastics, but not really in price. That tells me we are about to see a further drop. If we go to the weekly here, we can see that the weekly stochastics went from oversold almost to overbought on the fast lines, and price barely recovered this strong down move here. So what this tells me is when this weekly turns down and does this, that we're gonna see new lows. So we can prepare for that. The daily lost some momentum last week, as we saw here. Well, this week and last week and this week, last 3 days it recovered some, but it lost some momentum there. The last 3 days the recovery is not really convincing, so I'm looking for this daily to turn and cross this weekly. So when this cross happens, somewhere around here, then we'd be looking to take a short here on the Nasdaq. Now the Dow is interesting because it recovered much better. It's now, last time we spoke we said let's wait for the weekly to turn and cross this 80 level down before we can look for shorts, because the recovery is too strong, and that never happened. We are testing this level here now. If we break it, which I think we most likely will, based on the 4 hour, I think this is going to break up and maybe retest the 35,000 level on this box here, and from here it's going to collapse, because you see this move is too strong without any recovery. So I'm guessing this 4 hour, which is very spreaded right now, you see, is gonna break these highs here, go back to the daily, that is all the way overbought, close to 100 level actually. So this is really overbought right now, and we get into that box, maybe test the 35,000 level, and then I think there'll be a strong collapse here. This weekly is gonna turn down and towards that monthly there. The monthly right now is still pointing up with some power, because we've had a very strong month on the Dow. There's no doubts about that, but the last close is still all the way down there. So we have 5 days to the closure of the month. A lot can happen in 5 days. Maybe not enough to erase all these gains, but enough to easy this power that the monthly stochastic showing. And even if it doesn't, a pullback at least to this trend line that broke is expected. So after this final push up here, I would expect move down at least to the 30,000, let's say, to go back to this trend line, to this level here, and here is a stronger area. But we have to see how this move is going to play out. Maybe it's gonna turn the monthly and we'll face the possibility of new lows like we most likely face on the Nasdaq and on others. So in terms of S&P, it's more similar to the Nasdaq. We are still on this downtrend channel here. Last few days have been okay, still recovering. The setups we discussed with the the daily breaking the weekly down strongly did not happen, but they might happen on the next daily cycle. So if this daily crosses this weekly with momentum, it's a great short trade there. I think this market is getting really ready on all these stocks for a short move and a potentially strong one. What else can I say? These we're reaching the bottom, the top of the channel here. Also congruent with this level, there. So I really think we're close to potential short here. In terms of FTSE, we have the weekly. The weekly is overbought. The monthly still coming down, hasn't really gained momentum up. Trying to show some recovery this month, but it's still not enough. Before that monthly is going to really turn, we probably need that weekly to come down some before recovery. So I think you can see that downtrend line there on the weekly of the tops. It's a market that is potentially getting ready as well. If we look at the 4-hour, we have it's pointing up. We'll probably try and retest that level there, and as the daily turns and crosses that weekly, let's see, crosses this weekly, if it shows momentum on that cross, I would take a short there. You can see we have these are daily candles. We have about 30 days, a month of bullish move with barely any recovery. So yeah, I expect this market to drop very soon, and with that we can follow the stochastics to see where this is going to lead us, but I would expect at least a retest of this zone here, potentially more, depending on how the move develops. In terms of the DAX recovered very, very well, again, more like the Dow and the FTSE. European stocks have performed better than US stocks overall. The exception is the Dow in the US. The other ones didn't recover as well as this. 40 days of bullish move here on the DAX from the lows. We broke the downtrend channel. Now we have this resistance level here, where we can see a potential start of a down move. We can see there's plenty of distance between the weekly and the monthly. For this monthly to keep going up, either this weekly has to stay here for a long time, which is unlikely after this strong move it already had, and or the weekly has to come down at least some to help that monthly recover, that monthly to continue to go up. So I would expect a short setup here soon, but maybe let's see how the next week plays out. Could be too soon here. The weekly is too overbought at 100. We have to wait for this daily at least to cross down the 80 level with some momentum and turning that 20 to have more of a safe entry. And then there will be time and room. I think this should recover at least to the trend line here. Not recover, drop some to take a breathing from all this bullish move, at least to the 13,000 level here. And from there we're gonna see, we have to see how this move down develops, if it's gonna show signs of further bearish momentum or if maybe the bears are done and the bulls are going to take over from there. But I expect a correction there for sure. So yeah, that's all. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will hope to see you soon again.